on, guys? Welcome back to the Alls 3 Garage channel. I know we told you last time we were gonna, totally get some videos back rolling, but we apologize. So we're officially back. I think you guys can kind of see in the background why it took so long. So welcome to our brand new shop. This was a build that we decided to undergo during the middle of the pandemic. So I'm sure if you guys have done this or if you heard anything about it, you knew about all the delays, all of the back orders, but we're finally moved in. We've got all of our crap here, which means, hey, we're here. Filled up this parking lot relatively quickly. Got a ton of projects we got to tackle, but what do you say we go take a look at the new shop, give you guys an inside look of everything that we've had going on while we've been gone. It's kind of a mess. We've been playing around with different furniture, trying to figure out where we want this to go, but ultimately all this furniture is going to come back out. We're going to put down some laminate wood floor, but you can't forget, we're going to have a glass cabinet here that we're going to display all of our model trucks and model cars. Totally 5-year-old kid things, but you got to have some model trucks, especially with all the trucks that we've got running and going and building. We've got our Peterbilt wall. We're slowly filling this up. You can see we're a huge fan of Roland Transport up in Wisconsin. Those guys build some awesome trucks. See them every year at Mid-America, so we can't just wait to see what they roll out this year. Have to have the Peterbilt sign. And then the ultimate desk chair, I would say. Who wouldn't want an air ride Peterbilt seat sitting on a moving dolly cart, which we will make a little bit more stationary soon. Got the computer set up, the desk laid out. So the office is coming together nice. We still, like I said, got to lay down the floor, got to get it painted. But, we probably should have done that before we brought in all of this heavy wood furniture. That's what you and Dave are here for to move stuff back out. So the office is cool, but I'm sure you guys want to see where actually we do majority of the work. Unless you're my dad, you're kind of pushing some papers and pushing the pens back there. But this is the main shop. Not only the outside do we have it metal lined, but we opted to do the liner as well as the inside. Just a bright white to kind of make it feel as big as possible. The full shop is R19 lined, so it's fully insulated. But the metal, I would tell you, it looks, aesthetically, it looks great, but from a noise perspective, it is just like an echo chamber. So when you're using the big 1-inch impact gun to break off the lugs on the trucks, it can get quite noisy. But overall, I mean, it looks great. It's a lot cleaner than where we were before, so super grateful for that. But there's some kind of magic at this shop that I like to say. Back here, this whole system. If you're not familiar with it, this is a radiant tube heater system that we put in throughout the whole concrete of the shop. We're in Northeast Ohio, and we get some pretty wicked winters up here. And this was something that, cost us a lot of money to do, but we were told from the builder that it would help keep the ground pretty consistent temperature inside, especially with heating a building like this. It can get really expensive very fast. But this system is unbelievably efficient. We've had multiple days up here where it's been, into the negatives, not even taking into account the wind chill. And I can't, in a few weeks, it might even get a lot colder. But it has always kept the garage at a constant 60-degree temperature, and rarely do we ever kick on the overheads. That's just mainly when the doors are opened up for a prolonged time. Those will kick in to kind of keep the consistent temperature. But with this system, we also opted to do the Navion tankless water heater, which has also been, very, very efficient. Runs off of natural gas, so we pull that all the way from the street, which the natural gas, the company had to come out here and run about a 700 some odd foot line from the street to the building. We've got our own private well. So we have the well pump out there. We've got the bladder tank here. So it's all fresh water. And when they tested the well water, it actually came back better than what your city water standards would be. So great to have natural water right here on the property. Don't have to pull it from the street.
So for moving to one place to another, it's easy to throw everything in a trailer and then drop that trailer off here. But what took us really so long was trying to organize things to where it really made sense. And we're still actively doing it. We're still sorting, but one of the first things we've done is we got all these, you know, boxes where we can put whatever we want in, and we want to label them so it's easy and, you know, simple to go up and see what's in each box. For instance, there's our 4-inch amber Strohs in there, our 4-inch white, our cab lights, any of the light grommets, junction boxes. But it's a pain to try to walk through a whole bunch of stuff and not know where anything's at, or have to pick up boxes to see what's in the other boxes. But the rest of these shelves are sort of a mess, I'm not gonna lie. But we just have a lot of stuff that we need to store somewhere, and in order to get it out of the actual working shop space, we need a storage space for all this stuff. So we gotta go through here, organize it a little bit better, but we know where everything's at now because we placed it here, and we kept everything sort of in the right spot for what it is. This right here is gonna be something we're gonna be using very soon. Pretty excited to test this out, but it's a big inflatable paint booth, and we'll need it to paint this white Kenworth here, to paint the frame, the cab, the hood, and the new bunk for it as well. You can see just sort of ancillary storage. Stuff up top over here was for the Kenworth that we've taken off, and back here is all our hardware bins and our bolt bins. We have a lot more than really what we have storage for right now. You can see all this on the ground, and there's still another pallet of hardware on one of the storage trailers outside. But we're trying to get it to where, you know, it makes sense and everything's easily accessible, and also it looks appealing to look at. But it's nice to have a lot of your hardware in-house, so we don't have to keep going to Home Depot or Napa or wherever we have to go to get whatever we need. But then this section right here, you can see some nice yellow parts that goes to a motor that we have taken apart. The block is outside. We need to pull it in, but we just got a magic piece to pretty much build this engine here in-house that we've been waiting to get, and we'll show you that here soon. But that's mostly all the engine parts for a motor that came out of that old 379 that my grandpa used to drive, that I'm sure you guys remember seeing us doing some work on it here and there. But as we come down this way a little bit more, we got a crap ton of light panels, but we can always use the lights. We got them at a good price, and you know, per LED light, it's crazy to spend. So we just bought them in bulk at an auction, and you know, when the truck needs lights or the trailer needs lights, we just pop them out of there and utilize that. And then this is that magic piece I was talking about to hold that engine. So we had to buy the new plate for a Cat. This is for what, an International?
Yeah, so that one's for an International motor. I don't know how familiar everybody is with these, but these are awesome pieces of equipment. This is the OTC rotator.
So this can Revolver.
The Revolver. All right, my bad. This can support a 6,000-pound motor and transmission. And what's really unique about this is you crank that lever, and this whole motor and tranny will actually turn and spin upside down. These things retail for like, I don't even know, $7,000. We only paid about $1,000 for it. Granted, it needs a little bit of cleaning up.
Yeah, we'll sand it down and paint it up, but as long as it does its job to hold the motor to where it doesn't kill anyone, then that's, you know, the whole point of it. But we do have to get that front plate that connects to the Cat motor.
Yeah, and what's crazy about these too is, you know, the machine is expensive in itself, but each different motor has a different plate. So this is for an International motor.
Came out of a bus.
Yeah, bus motors, or you know, that's really what those motors are, the applications that they're for. We got to order a Cat one, and we got to order a Detroit one. We got to order a Cummins one because we run all three of those motors in our trucks, which each plate's about $1,000 a pop. So we definitely got to save up a little bit, but we got to get that Cat one here. So that one's going to be on order soon because we do have all those parts over there that we got to get that in here and have a spare motor ready to go. Because if you're in any kind of line of trucking, you know there's two things that will kill you: your downtime and then also the repair. So if we can have that spare motor, it'd be a huge help.
Yeah, and then along this line, this is just where we have a lot of our just tool storage, you could say. Eventually, we want to get a nice big box, but the price of those is a little outrageous for, you know, still trying to figure out where we're putting our stuff. And, you know, over time, this whole place is going to get reorganized probably 5-6 times. So where you see everything sit now is definitely not going to be its final spot. But it's nice to be able to have everything, you know, we need and we own all in one spot for once. That's contained in a nice, you know, climate-contained place. We don't have water falling on us. We don't have rats and raccoons chasing us around. But yeah, it's great to finally be here, being able to work on this stuff that we've been acquiring over the last couple years. And we've done a lot of stuff that we haven't filmed just because we haven't had time, or it wasn't, you know, the right spot to film it at. But we'll walk you through some of this other stuff we got going on here, so come on.
Just like our trucks, we love when we were able to get a truck with a big cat motor in it. You know, we've got over 15 acres here now that we've got to mow, cut, and maintain. We said, you know what kind of tractors are out there with diesel motors? So we ended up purchasing a Skag Turf Tiger with a C1.1 diesel motor. You know, it's a very rare tractor to find. Skag only built them in limited commodities. And luckily enough, we were able to get our hands on one, and my brother Ethan went through this whole tractor, cleaned it all up, got a newer deck for it. There's a new seat cushion you can see up here that we're getting ready to put on it. But this thing is like the ultimate monster Skag. So I can't imagine that there's going to be grass that's thick enough, tall enough, wet enough, whatever it may be, that we can't plow through with this Skag.
Alright guys, it's the next day. It's nice and bright out, so Ryan and I were here last night and it just got way too dark. We want to show you guys this new shop in the daylight. We got our new DJI drone that we're going to fly out there. I said it right? DJI?
Yeah, it's the Mavic Air 2.
We've used it in the summer. Obviously, building the shop's been a long process. So we have film that we're going to throw in from when we first flew it out here to when you see it now in the middle of winter. But why don't we say we go try to fly this thing and not crash it?
Yeah.
Wrap it up, we want to explain a little bit as to why we haven't really filmed in a year and a half. We've been busy. Dave and I just finished college, so that took up a lot of time, and since we're done now, it's a lot of stress off our shoulders, so we have a lot more time to, you know, be able to do the things we love. Secondly, we also own a small business in our hometown. It's an ice cream store, and it's open 6 months out of the year, every single day of the week. So obviously in the summer that takes up a lot of time, but this summer we'll be able to work around that. We have sort of a schedule built for us all. And then we also were busy for really the last year and a half remodeling houses. I think we did 3. We remodeled 3 houses. That took a lot of time as well, but it's also really satisfying work to do. And then lastly, really the most exciting thing is we've been really busy and occupied with growing this new venture out of Manaway, Ohio. It's called the 44 Chrome Shop. I'm sure if you guys paid attention to Instagram or Facebook, you would see some of the posts that I've been posting on there about it. And it's a truck parts and accessory, anything from bumpers to brake drums to airlines, you name it, and it's going to be there. And we're going to be busy more with that, and I'm sure we're going to make a video on just the Chrome Shop because we really would love to show you guys in a really nice in-depth video. But that's really about it. We wanted to get at least this out to you guys. This video, hopefully there's sort of a collage of the last, you know, really 8 months of this place getting put up, from basically a swampland to a driveway to a pad to, you know, the whole building. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. We got a lot more content coming. I'm a little greasy and dirty from today. We've been filming about 3 different videos, but they're going to be coming out very soon to you guys, so stay tuned, and remember to keep those wheels rolling.